difference between spiritual awakening and spiritual enlightenment. Two different expressions for two different phenomena that are quite often mixed up with one another. And that of course can lead to confusion, especially after spiritual awakening, because spiritual awakening is not yet spiritual enlightenment. Spiritual awakening is where the journey truly consciously begins, because now we know what we are. And spiritual enlightenment is where this journey or this process after awakening has become full circle, and then enlightenment is what remains. So we don't become enlightened. Enlightenment is what always is, what was and what always will be. It is only revealed when all identification, all that is not of truth, drops away. So what is spiritual awakening? Oh, by the way, it's also not the end of the journey, enlightenment, because there's always a deeper embodying of what we truly are and how to express that in life as a human being. So spiritual awakening, that is what happens because it is something that happens. We cannot create it. This character that we believe ourselves to be, this identification with the body-mind, is not true, and that what is not true cannot create what is true. So spiritual awakening is a temporarily falling away of this me construct. The me, the character, drops away, and then it is revealed that we are the whole sum of life. We are spirit or God or whatever word you choose to name, the truth of our being. That is then freed from identification, and now we know what we are. And that can come as quite a revelation and also quite a relief, because we are no longer confined to this entity living in this body. We see that we are the whole sum of life, and what makes it into a relief is because we might have experienced that something was missing, something was not quite right, and we didn't feel whole and complete and fulfilled. And that was no wonder, because now it turns out we are the whole sum of life, and compared to being an entity in a body on a planet, that's quite a difference. Then something was indeed missing, because we turn out to be the whole universe, experiencing life through this body, this life being your avatar. And so, yes, it is a waking up out of this dream of the mind, and that's why it's such a good terminology, because it feels like a waking up. It is experience, the same as waking up from a nightly dream, where we believe the dream to be very real when we were in the dream, and then in the morning when we wake up we realize, oh, it was just a dream, it was not real. And this is also experience like that, like seeing, oh, it was not real, I was not that character. I am life itself. I am the whole sum, the whole shebang, and this character is just living in what I am. So we don't live in life. What we truly are is life, and this character lives in life, so it's the other way around. And yes, it is also quite shocking to the mind to see that what we truly are has no relationship with this personal self storyline that we were identified with for so long. And yes, also after some time, this me mind, what is left of it, because after an awakening, often a great part of this construct drops away. then after a while this me mind returns, and that can come as a surprise and be also quite frustrating, because now we know what we are the whole sum of life, and yet we experience to be this person, this living in this body mind again, being identified with it. And I'm afraid there's no way around it. It is what we go through, at least most of us go through this. And that's what the process is about after awakening, to lose everything what is not of truth, our beliefs and confusions that we are identified with, to live the truth of who we are. So it is an ebbing and a dissolving, an ebbing away and a dissolving of this me experience, to be this character. And what stays is the I am. So what you experience now as I am is then freed of this story and knows itself to be the whole universe. It's no longer identified with the body mind, and now it can use the body mind. It is like an avatar that it needs to experience itself, because when life has awoken, it wants to become what it is, and that sets the process after awakening in motion. And there's a lot to tell about this process, but that might be something for another video, because I like to focus on the difference between spiritual awakening and spiritual enlightenment. And so when the whole construct collapses, it turns out that it was an identification with thinking, the story of past that we then projected into the future, which then created this character, together with a contraction that is felt in the gut area that created the experience of living in a body. So when that all comes to relaxation, we experience to not exist as a self, and yet we are there. And it might sound strange for a mind that has never experienced it, but it is where this journey has become full circle, and there is no longer division between an inner world and an outside world. So we have become the whole sum of life. And that doesn't mean that we are perfect as a human being, because there's still a human being to live. It is just that we see the perfection of what we are, and we recognize that in everybody. Behind, we see through the programming of other people, meaning we love who we are, and therefore we love the whole world, we love all the other beings, because we also look through the eyes of all other beings. Yourself is the same as myself, and the self of a cow, your cat, or your neighbor, and also the colleague which you may not like. So yes, we share the same being, we share the same universal self. So the I am is what we are. And then we live that free of a storyline, free of feeling separate from what we are, and what we are tends to love life. And so we love what we are, we love this human experience. So where spiritual awakening is a waking up and out of our personhood, our humanness, and we come to see that we are life itself, spirit, so you will. Enlightenment is where we fully come into our human experience, to embody that and to live that, because life loves what it is. So I think that is what I can explain about the difference between spiritual awakening and spiritual enlightenment. And if you didn't know already, I hope this video is of help, this explanation. And I thank you for listening. And if you'd like to read more about this, then please feel welcome on the website angeliqueromeijn.org. So for now, be well and enjoy life as it comes. Bye-bye.